Hello, we are Andrew and Jenna Stout. We are your missionaries serving in New Zealand. We're so thankful for technology that allows us to connect with you in this way. We've served as global missionaries with the Church of the Nazarene for 5 years. We have 2 daughters, Lucy and Lily, who serve with us. Lucy is 7 years old and in 2nd grade. She loves art and is learning to play the cello. Lily is 4 years old and in preschool. She loves going for walks and playing with her big sister. We are assigned as missionaries on the Australia-New Zealand field. We serve in a variety of field roles, but live and serve locally in Hamilton, New Zealand. Hamilton is a small city on the North Island of New Zealand, about an hour south of Auckland. You've probably heard of New Zealand before, perhaps as an outdoor adventure destination. And it's true. New Zealand is an incredibly beautiful country where outdoor adventures are everywhere. For the most part, New Zealand is a wealthy country, a context that fuels secularism. In its last census, almost 50% of the population marked no religion, making New Zealand one of the most secular places in the world. You might be wondering, what does ministry and mission look like in such a prosperous yet secular country? It's a great question, and we'd love to tell you. For us, ministry looks like support, hospitality, and building relationships. We are deeply involved in the life of our local church, Crossroads Church of the Nazarene, and supporting the Kiwi pastor who serves Crossroads. We lead in Sunday services, help out with special events, and help facilitate weekly ministries in the community. We also have a growing small group ministry. We currently lead 3 weekly small groups out of our home: a Sunday evening gathering for families in our community, a Tuesday night gathering for young adults, and a Wednesday night Bible study for women in our community. God is doing incredible and transformative work in the lives of our friends. We have the privilege of supporting pastors and leaders in other parts of New Zealand and Australia as well. Andrew will share more about that.
Jenna and I serve in a couple of different roles on the Australia-New Zealand field. First, we are the community engagement coordinators, and that's an assignment that Jenna has just described a little bit. And second, we are the Australia-New Zealand field communication coordinators. And part of that job entails traveling around Australia and New Zealand and listening to our pastors and leaders, hearing their stories and sharing their challenges and triumphs with the rest of the church. We believe that sharing stories builds up the church and edifies the body of Christ. Just a couple weeks ago, I was at a church in Australia that transforms into a cafe every Thursday morning. They open their doors to the needy and the homeless in their community, and they offer free tea, coffee, and baked goods. It's an amazing ministry. 2 days later, I was at another church that distributes clothes to their community. Once a month, they tear down everything in their sanctuary and they turn it into a shop. They set out rows and rows of clothes and shoes and then offer all of that to their community for free. And when I was there, more than 400 people came and filled up 2 bags of clothes per person for free. It was absolutely amazing. About a month ago, Jenna and I visited Wellington, which is the capital of New Zealand, for a combined missions service. There are 4 Nazarene churches in the Wellington area. There's an English-speaking congregation, a Samoan congregation, a Burmese church, and the first Maori-speaking congregation in the Church of the Nazarene. The Maori are the indigenous people of New Zealand. See, when the English came and colonized New Zealand, the Maori language almost completely died out. But today there's a resurgence of the language, and the Church of the Nazarene is part of that community. On Sunday evenings, Pastor Lucky and his wife Ebony gather together a group of young people, and they worship together in Te Reo Maori. Jenna and I didn't understand most of what was said that evening, but it was a huge privilege for us to gather with the Nahareta Whānau Fellowship, the Nazarene Family Fellowship. And we'd ask that you would pray for Pastor Lucky and his people. We would ask that you would pray for all of the pastors and leaders in Australia and New Zealand. And specifically, we would ask that you would pray for God to raise up leaders for the churches here. We believe that the harvest is ripe, but the workers are few. More than anything, we want to say thank you. We are proud to be part of a church that sends. And if it wasn't for you and your church and your support, we wouldn't be able to serve in New Zealand. So thank you.